I'm not even overreacting when I say that Rainbow Six Siege is in the worst state we have ever seen it in. What's up guys, D-Libs here. Today we're going to be talking about the state of Siege and looking at some statistics that will probably blow your guys' minds. Just to preface, I'm not your typical Twitter finger Siege hater, and I'm not here to bash on Ubisoft at all. It all comes from a place of love for the game, as I'm sure that's something you guys can also relate to. But anyways, there's no perfect way for me to get the video jump started, so we're just gonna get into it and hope that I don't miss out on any details. So let's take a look at what Ubisoft added to Rainbow Six Siege in this past season, Operation New Blood. There's no new map, no new operator, a reskin on one of the most useless operators in the game, sorry Recruit, we still love you, a couple of nerfs, a somehow worse cheater problem, a persistent dead zone glitch on Xbox, and the best part of it all, a subscription service where they can take more of your money. The membership is understandable if this game wasn't an absolute dumpster fire right now, so it just shows you exactly where Ubisoft's head is actually at. They don't care about fixing this game anymore, and I've been saying this for a really long time now. And this is more than just a bad patch that we've seen in the past with this game. The game is genuinely heading in the direction of being unplayable, and there has been zero progress or initiative from Ubisoft to fix any of it. It's very difficult for me to cut slack for a AAA studio that has had the same problems in a game for months or even years. Let's look at the cheating first. If you've been around, then you probably know who King George is. Just the other day, he tweeted that he's played ranked for 7 hours, and only one game of that whole 7-hour session was a legit game without cheaters. Just think about how impossible that literally sounds, and the sad thing is that I guarantee he's not exaggerating. I totally understand that it's a complicated problem to deal with, and it's deep in the code, and they can't change their anti-cheat software BattlEye, and blah 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 whatever. It's just unplayable at this point, and I don't care how difficult it is to fix, it needs to be done. Oh, and by the way, BattlEye's website hasn't been updated in 7 years. That doesn't even shock me, it seems like Ubisoft hasn't done anything to fix cheaters in 7 years also, so it all pretty much adds up anyways. In year 9 of a game like Siege, you would think that they would have the resources and money available to actually fix this problem, but you know, that's neither here nor there, so we won't get into it. And I get that they can't make updates about the changes they are making to stop cheaters, because otherwise the cheaters would adapt to those changes and then it becomes redundant and so on, I get it, but it's very obvious that nothing is being done behind the scenes, so it's hard for Ubisoft to continue to use this as a scapegoat. Unfortunately, it seems like cheaters are going to give their money to Ubisoft regardless, and Ubisoft sees that as a win, so I wouldn't be surprised if this problem is here to stay. I also can't believe they are still shoving this awful ranked 2.0 system down our throats. They really tried to convince us how revolutionary it is for the game. Let's be real, it's dog shit. I don't care what you say. It's the worst thing that has ever happened to this game, and that's actually saying something at this point. There is no justifiable time in any competitive video game where a player with the highest possible rank in that game should be put in the same lobby as a player with the lowest possible rank in that game. And that's just the extreme part of it. There's countless other examples of, you know, platinums and emeralds playing with top 25 champs in the world. It's just ridiculous. And it seems like a lot of players are starting to realize just how ridiculous all of this is. In March of this year, Rainbow Six Siege hit its highest peak of all time at 200,476 players, with an average amount of players sitting at 105,825. Now, in June, that average player mark is sitting at 57,993 with a peak of only 88,626. Now, I say only like it's a bad thing, but it's not, because, you know, this still makes Siege one of the most popular games in the world, but I'm a very numbers-driven person, so it's impossible for this to not stand out to me. The entire active player base was cut in over half, which is visible proof of the state of the game. I also am well aware that Siege has had less active players than right now just in the last year, for example just back in this last February, but they always seem to bounce back like how they did right after that in March. But the difference is that March was when a new season came out, similar to how a new season just came out in these last 30 days, yet this is how low the numbers are right now. Imagine what this active players number will look like by the end of this season, Operation New Blood. We're looking at a potential all-time low for that active players number, and maybe this will finally be what kicks some sense into Ubisoft and they'll start getting on top of this, I don't know. But it's almost like when you create an entire season with less content than a mid-year patch, which simply just introduces more bugs and cheating problems, people won't want to play it. It's weird how that works, isn't it? Now, like how I said, this is all coming from a place of love for this game, considering it's one of my favorite games of all time that I literally have created an entire YouTube channel off of, but it's genuinely sad to see the state that it's in as a money grab for Ubisoft. Obviously, I'm not going to stop making videos until I physically can't get into the servers anymore, no matter how bad they are, so you don't have to worry about that. This video is honestly just kind of a rant because I know there's a lot of people that are relating to everything that I said, so I just put all of it into a video format and maybe we can have some conversations down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation, and you know, considering all I did was bring up the problems, maybe if you guys have proposed solutions as well, I'd love to hear them. Besides that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.